I know, Greg, you wanted to talk about it. The Chinese largest real estate holder in the world, Evergrande.
One of them.
Evergrande.
I think it's the second. I think BlackRock's the biggest. Evergrande is the second. 300 billion. Or no, they have 300 billion in debt right now, I believe.
Yeah.
And they can't make their interest payments in the millions. And I was reading and watching more about it. It's just crazy. Like, I guess it all started because these guys were just borrowing. They were building homes, and I think they have, what do they have? They have 1,600 projects in China alone right now, in 250 cities or something like that. Like, something just crazy. And they got into the cycle of buying or building, inflating the prices, selling, and then doing pre-sales, inflating the prices more, doing pre-sales, and then starting pre-sales on another one before the new sites even started. But we're talking like years away. And then they were borrowing money, getting bonds, and they haven't been able to make payments. And the biggest problem, I guess, is that a lot of the local community, a lot of the Chinese people have given like their life savings for these units that they're building. And now there's no money. So now it's getting aggressive. And the question is, are they going to get their money back or not? And it looks like probably not. So there's a lot of madness going on. I guess China's central bank just dumped 14 billion into the markets just to kind of keep things moving. But they're saying if they end up going bankrupt, and it's kind of saying that they will eventually, like, as they've got a 30-day grace period, I guess, or whatever right now. But from what I'm reading, they're saying that there's no way that they can get out of this. So then the problem is apparently a lot of their big investors are international, which means Canada, US, everywhere. And then it comes down to, what banks have invested or loaned them money that they're going to default on. And then what'll it affect here? Like if TD is, I don't know, because I haven't researched that TD, but if TD has given major loans out to them, what does that mean for its lending here when they can't get their, 500 million that they loaned to Evergrande or something, right? What is
or
that?
Even just funds, like mutual fund
in Canada, mutual funds, like anything.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's interesting to watch. They're just kind of in a position right now where they don't really know what's going to happen, but that 14 billion that the bank put in, I guess, to kind of like helped soothe everything a bit, but they're saying it's going to tank. And it's similar to 2008 with the Lehman Brothers issue here, but it's not, from what I understand, it's not exactly the same, and it wouldn't be as dramatic, especially over here, but still it's a big deal for China and for the Chinese people, because a lot of them are going to be left kind of screwed. So it's pretty sad overall.
Well, that's the sort of thing where
it's the classic case, we talk about it on the show, like, buy a house, it's an asset, pay in, but like the debt level of people, it's no different with businesses. These guys were just like making so much money. They were basically, printing money because they were inflating they created the part of the housing crisis in China where the prices are just like apparently like way more exorbitant than here, which I'm just learning now. And they just kept this whole overinflated prices of pre-sales. They wouldn't even break ground. It's like, what? Just borrowing new project, not finish the first one, not finish the second one, not finish the fourth one. And people just keep making money. Crazy. They even asked their employees to lend them money. They said, if you want to keep your job, loan us money.
Wow. I'm sure that they also have like serious supply issues, right? With their development and so on. I mean, that's got to be a global issue. But to your point, Greg, about it affecting, kind of having a trickle effect, one thing that we all know is that the investment market, at least like the stock market is very finicky, and people are very emotional. So anything like that, where you see like a large fund, like you said, like if TD or any of these larger banks that have mutual funds and investment representatives that are kind of investing into these sorts of businesses, if they start to drop or they have a massive loss and people start seeing their investments going down, then people panic. A lot of people panic still. I see those as opportunities, but a lot of people will panic sell and just start dumping, and that just kind of has a cascade effect, and everything drops even faster, right? Because everyone kind of hops on.
They both the stocks and crypto markets dropped. Like they had huge spikes based on Evergrande. It's wild. Like when you're that big of a company, you know you're screwing up, and the markets just take this huge drop.
I think to your point, Greg, it'll be interesting to see how, if they can't make those debt payments on their bonds, whether, you know, how that trickles, you know, what the percentage of outside investors or investors, you know, in throughout Europe, North America, whatnot, and what that trickle effect looks like. Cause I mean, they are listed as a global 500 company. Like, you know, the stats are saying they indirectly employ 3.8 million jobs or people, like 200,000 directly, and then indirectly sustain 3.8 million jobs. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, if they do end up running into this, you know, continue running into a problem and can't make those debt loads or debt payments and start to crumble, you know, yes, it's a huge effect in China, but what is that? Those outside investors, you know, those people are investing in other countries as well. You're, you know, 3.8 million jobs that they're supporting. That's a lot of mouths being fed, and a lot of people that are, you know, investing elsewhere in the world or things like that. So, yeah, I think.
And just so anyone listening understands, their stock is down 93%. So they're basically worthless right now.
I mean, wouldn't be a bad idea either to toss a couple bucks of a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, right. It's true. It's true. But anyways, they got these. I guess they got this 30 days thing now, so it's. I'm going to keep following up pretty closely because it's interesting.